My next guest tonight is an accomplished actor. He appears each week as Detective Lenny Briscoe on Law and Order. Please welcome Mr. Jerry Orbach. Even the way you enter a room, it's all just vintage.
Vintage?
Yeah, very cool.
It's old.
No, I didn't know this. I'm always finding out new things. Like, we've had you on the show, and you did a trick pool shot once that was just of, professional quality, an amazing pool shot, accomplished singer, and then I find out that you were a Celebrity Jeopardy champ, that you were on Celebrity Jeopardy, and you did pretty well.
A couple of times, yeah. The first time I was the all-time big money winner for celebrities, yeah. That was great.
That's great. Because, well, how did you finally get knocked out? Who beat you? Was it...
It was a newscaster, a fellow I can't remember his name offhand, but Cheech Marin was there too. But I came in second. But
wait, did Cheech Marin beat you?
No,
because I was going to say that would be.
I edged him out, but he did very well. Cheech is a smart guy.
Cheech did well.
You would think there'd be like major drug damage after all that, but he's still got a lot of brain cells left.
Why would you think that about Cheech Marin? Don't we have a photo of Cheech Marin here that we could show? There he is.
What a joint!
Yeah, that's Cheech on his way to the competition. Gotta get there. You very cool actor. I always like you in different movies. I thought in the Woody Allen film,
Crimes and
Misdemeanors. I thought that was a great performance. You believe that eyebrows, I've heard, are very important to acting. You feel that eyebrows are key. Is that right?
Well, I think somebody once said if you can raise one eyebrow, you can probably be an actor. You'll be successful if you can do things like... Can you raise one eyebrow?
If I use a finger. I can do this, though. Look at this. Not many... I think this is important if you want to be an actor. Look at that. Can you do that?
It's amazing how real that looks. I can't do that. Mine won't move like that. That's amazing.
This is actually a skill I've had since I was a child. I want to get a film role that incorporates that into it.
I don't know where you could put it unless maybe, unless maybe like a Robot Man, one of those things.
I could do that, yeah. Now, like I mentioned you have a great singing voice.
Thank you.
And you came out with, you used to do records.
Well, I'm on a lot of cast albums.
Right.
I go back to the Fantastics originally, and a whole bunch of Broadway musicals.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, Chicago, Promises, Promises.
And we actually,
42nd Street.
Yeah, we were listening to one of your albums earlier. It was a great album. This is back, I think it was from the 60s, actually.
Yeah.
And I always thought, why don't they incorporate your singing into Law and Order? Is there any way they could do it?
I think it would be kind of tough, but my new partner, Jesse Martin, who... you may know him from Ally McBeal. He was on that for a little while, played a love interest, the doctor. And Jesse was in the musical Rent. Paitha Murkison, who plays my boss, is a singer also. So I said, we ought to do like a karaoke bar episode where we all get blasted and burst into song, But I don't think it's going to happen.
But what about that show? Remember that show Cop Rock? I mean, you could do something like that. You could do a Law and Order.
That's right.
Where you walk in and they're like, Detective Briscoe, there's been a murder, and you're like, why did this happen? How could this be?
That's why Cop Rock isn't on anymore. We're going into our 10th season being nice and straight and serious.
Yeah, I remember that was a problem with Cop Rock. You'd really be getting into the crime and then be like, I think there's going to be a murder. I think there's going like, what the hell is going on? You take you completely out of it. You did you just did a movie with Al Pacino, is that right?
I did it the summer before last, actually, but it's finally going to start getting ready to come out. They're getting the musical score written now by Elmer Bernstein, who's a terrific writer of screen music, and hopefully it'll be ready in time for either the Toronto Film Festival in September or Sundance. It's a beautiful little art film called Chinese Coffee.
Does he yell a lot in this movie, or no? Is he kind of... Because I've noticed in a lot of his movies, last 10 years or so, he's always yelling at people.
Al tends to yell sometimes. He gets
even in roles where
he yells a little bit. I put cotton in my ears, and it was
you
fine.
got through it.
Yeah.
I know every time you're here, and usually it's like backstage, you like jokes, you collect jokes.
Yeah, sure.
You've told me some great jokes backstage. I thought tonight, before we run out of time, do you have one for us? Anything you could...
Well, it's not really the season yet, but football season is always soon upon us, and there's one joke that I always loved. If you've heard it, don't stop me because I like to tell it anyway. All the animals in the jungle got together and decided they're going to stop killing each other, and they form a football league, and they play football all season long, and the two teams with the best record get together for this final game, the Jungle Bowl. So at the beginning of the game, the lion walks over to the zebra, and he says, now look, when you kick off, try to keep the ball away from the rhino because he's devastating. He goes right through everybody. And the zebra says, I'll try, and he kicks off. Sure enough, the rhino gets the ball. He charges down the field just right through everybody. The whole first half, he's killing them. It's like 72-0. They come out after the halftime, and they got to kick off again. And the lion says to the zebra, please, try to keep the ball away from the rhino. He says, it's hard because I'm kicking this way. I see it over. Sure enough, the rhino gets the ball again. He comes charging down the field. He's at the 20, the 15, on the 10-yard line. A little centipede reaches up. He grabs the rhino by the tail and slams him to the ground. So the lion comes over to the centipede. He says, you tackled the rhino. He says, yeah, I can do that all the time. He says, where the hell were you the whole first half? He says, I was putting on my shoes.
I need writing like that.
I know, yeah.
What do you mean, I know? It's always a pleasure having you here. Of course, Law & Order Wednesdays at 10 o'clock p.m. on NBC. Jerry, anytime.
One thing. There's a new spin-off. Law & Order has a spin-off called Special Victims Unit that's filming right now. And of all things, my son Chris, my younger son Chris, is on that in a kind of a recurring thing.
Oh, that's cool.
And I don't know yet for sure, but I think he's going to play Lenny Briscoe's nephew. So this is going to get very interesting.
Keep this whole thing in the family as long as possible.
Keep it in the family.
Well, thank you very much for being here. We'll have him on, too.
Terrific.
Jerry Orbach, everybody. We'll be right back. And Gillian Welch, David Rawlings with Emmy Lou Harris. All right, everybody, that is our show for the evening. Do want to thank all our guests. Stay tuned for Friday night, and we'll see you on Monday. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.